All right, let's talk salvation. What is it? What is it not? How does it work? And why do we need it? All right, so first we'll cover what is not salvation in the biblical sense. In some movements, we see people say salvation is the deliverance from poverty, or others say sadness, or any form of emotional freedom. Normally, that's used in some way, shape, or form to get rich quick, but that's not what we're talking about today. In truth, there is an infinite number of random things people can claim about salvation, any aspects they can attempt to emphasize to gain whatever they want out of it. So, salvation is not freedom from any particular one emotion in any of those ways. What salvation is simply the process by which God has provided a way of avoiding our judgment and receiving eternal life according to his good pleasure. That's simply the word salvation defined. How does salvation work? So, now I'm not going to give you all the verses. That's to encourage a bit of personal study. I'll tell you where to look, where you can find what you need, but after all, I'm covering basics here, so you want the finest details, you're going to have to look for it. Help encourage growth. But I will tell you where to look in this. It's going to be in Paul's epistles. Which ones? You'll find those. He provides the gospel, which is, by definition, the things necessary to be believed for salvation. Paul simply claims, for salvation, one must believe that Jesus Christ was the Messiah, the Son of God. They must believe that he died on the cross one time for all sin, and that he rose again on the third day. Believing these three simple things is the basis of salvation, meaning an individual who believes these things has eternal life or salvation. So, why do we need salvation? Since the sin of Adam and Eve, all human beings are marked in a sense. We've inherited the sin nature that they acquired from their actions. We are all destined for destruction by our own decisions. God is not only merciful and kind, but he is also perfect and holy. So, being righteous, inherently, he cannot not judge. Judgment is part of the package, so to speak. Part of his nature. It's not only simply what he has to do, but it's not exactly the most pleasing thing for him to do either. It's not his will that everybody, based on simply our inherited sin nature, should suffer, die, and go to hell for eternity based on our own actions. So, he wished to provide a way out, so to speak. A way to circumvent that, still satisfy judgment, but to save those who he wished. So, he sent Messiah, Jesus. That's the goal. That simple little thing there is what delivers people. Believing those three things is the basis on salvation. There's not really much else to it. There's not a whole bunch of intricate steps or anything like that. There are other things after salvation that are not required for life, but are simply things a believer should do. But that's simply what salvation is. Nothing more, nothing less.